A man is dead after a single vehicle crashed late Saturday night in the township of Cameron. According to the Wood County Sheriff's Department, around 11:30 p.m., officers responded to reports of a crash on Mill Creek Drive west of Highway 10. Law enforcement personnel found the male driver, 49-year-old Chad Delaney, at the scene of the crash. Life-saving measures were performed but were unsuccessful. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Initial investigation shows the vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed when it left the roadway, overturned, and crashed. In some breaking international news today, 50 years of authoritarian rule in Syria are over. According to the New York Times, Russian state media is reporting that President Bashar al-Assad arrived in Moscow earlier today. Russia's foreign ministry announced that he gave instructions to peacefully transfer power in Syria. The news was met with celebration across Syria and beyond, as rebel supporters cheered in the streets, tearing down monuments to the Assad family. Rebels and civilians are already inside his palace, roaming through his rooms and kitchen and ransacking it, carrying out furniture. Rebels swept through the country, capturing cities in just over a week's time. President Biden reacted to the fall of the president during an address at the White House today.
It's a moment of historic opportunity for the long-suffering people of Syria to build a better future for their proud country. It's also a moment of risk and uncertainty. As we all turn to the question of what comes next, the United States will work with our partners and the stakeholders in Syria to help them seize an opportunity to manage the risks.
Biden says the United States will support Syria's neighbors should any threat arise during this transitional period. He plans to speak with his counterparts in the region in the coming days, and U.S. officials will soon head to the Middle East. In a Truth Social, President-elect Donald Trump said the U.S. should not get involved, saying, quote, "This is not our fight. Let it play out. Do not get involved."
We had another day that didn't feel a lot like December out there. High temperatures soared well above average once again. Some areas north of I-94 might have caught a couple stray sprinkles as we went throughout the afternoon. There's still a few very light areas passing through the Twin Cities right now that could be moving north of I-94 as we go into the evening. Otherwise, we have a fairly mild and pleasant evening ahead of us. Here's a look at those observed high temperatures. Again, like we mentioned yesterday, that cloud coverage north of I-90 kept some temperatures a bit cooler to the north. Otherwise, many of us reached well above average, with some locations even seeing the 50s once again. We're going to have some high temperatures close to that again tomorrow, but it won't be nearly as high. We got up to 20 degrees above average in some locations, 11 degrees above average in Eau Claire. So even in those cooler spots, still very warm out there compared to where we should be for this time of year. And it's going to stay nice as we go throughout the evening hours. Again, just a stray chance to catch a sprinkle, mainly for areas to the north of I-94. As we can see, Eau Claire has just that slight chance for some rain coming up in the next hour or so. Otherwise, temperatures are staying in the 40s, very mild. Not a lot to complain about. Now, it is going to stay nice tomorrow, but we do have a very big cool down coming. So if you've enjoyed this weather, then hold on to it for one more day because it's not sticking around.
All right. Thank you, Nicole. The road around the north end of Pettibone Park will be closing tomorrow. Pettibone Drive North will close intermittently to traffic for utility work in the morning. The City of La Crosse Park Recreation and Forest Department said the road will remain closed to traffic until January 1st. Community members of Onalaska got into the holiday spirit with their yearly holiday parade. We're here live as the 5th annual Season of Lights parade lights up the streets. Many different local businesses, groups, and organizations decorated their floats with holiday lights and decorations. This year's parade starts and finishes at Onalaska City Hall. And kids in Holmen enjoyed brunch with a special holiday guest this morning. Today was the first ever brunch with Santa and Mrs. Claus at the Holmen Area Community Center. It's part of Holmen's Jingle Fest celebration. It's an annual holiday event to showcase the community's local businesses and vendors. While kids could enjoy delicious food at the brunch, they could also visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus, and every child there got a gift bag.
We hope that this will be a new tradition for Holmen families to come together, and that eventually it will move to, grandparents and families and the grandchildren all coming and sharing a table, sharing a holiday brunch together.
The brunch also included live music, crafts, and a story time room. Around 250 people attended the event. The Winona County Historical Society is holding a fundraiser for the holidays. Their holiday house tour is a great opportunity to see some of Winona's architectural history. This year's tour takes attendees to 5 historic homes and St. Martin's Church. Tickets included a map, information about each location with stories of past homeowners.
So it's always just fun to go into people's homes and see what they do and gather ideas and just, especially the historic homes, kind of see how people make, use of something that was very different. Say it's a 100-year-old house, of how they lived back then to how we live today.
The Holiday House Tour has been a fundraiser for WCHS for over 35 years. The tour goes until 8 p.m. tonight. Tickets are $20 for the general public. Coming up on News 8, the latest in the search for the gunman suspected of fatally shooting United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. NYPD is releasing new photos of the